Africa is in the process of development and surplus development that cannot be denied, and that's real good news.
As he visits the Smiling Coast, Reverend Jackson is calling on the corporate and business world to fix their eyes on Africa at a time when the continent is attempting and succeeding in many respects to move up and attain progress in every aspect of human development. Ibrahim Ojata, GRTS.
Well, we go back to the top of the news where Reverend Jesse Jackson has told GRTS that he has been discussing the execution of death row inmates with the President, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh. The veteran American civil rights campaigner who arrived in the Gambia on Sunday also said that Professor Jammeh has decided to pardon Dr. Amadou Skatred Janneh, who was serving time after he was found guilty of conspiracy to commit treason and treason. And Tamsir Jasseh, who was also convicted and incarcerated for the role he played in the 2006 abortive coup. The two American citizens will depart the Gambia for the U.S. with Dr. Jackson, according to the American rights campaigner. Here is an excerpt.
Sean McMillan, Dr. Sean McMillan, forgive me, from America. Butch Wing from Northern California, the Rainbow Push Coalition, and Joseph Harris. We have a profound interest in the Gambia, what it means, its independent struggle, successful in 1965, the legendary connection between the Gambian roots and American Alex Haley, and so many relations with this country and its countrymen in America and across the world. This country has a stable government and is growing. We think the Gambia is one of the great untold stories. The development along the ocean front, the growth of its port, its universal or free medical care, treatment, and medicine for the sick, its worldwide low mortality rate among infants and mothers, its free education system, are all forward-looking programs for the future of the Gambia and for West Africa as a model. We have the highest regard for the leadership of President Jammeh and his sensitivity to the need to reinvest in the country. We made a special plea today. We feel that the executions that took place here threw a whole negative light on the Gambia and kind of worldwide condemnation, not taking into regard the judicial system here and what happened. We appeal to the President to please extend the moratorium on the execution to spare their lives. We respect the sovereignty of the Gambia, but such an act of continued executions would be hurtful. He's chosen to extend the moratorium, conditioned upon the murder issue here and stability of the country. The second was that two Americans who have life sentences, long sentences, not on death row, to let them go. He's agreed to release the two Americans. We leave here tomorrow for America. They will be with us. The President's mercy and on his grace, they have been allowed to go. We hope they'll be appreciative of this gesture by the President. He didn't have to do it. He chose to do it, and I hope that them and their families will be grateful. There's another case of a missing journalist that's been raised over and over again. He has said the UN chooses to pursue an investigation. They are free to do so. There was a very good meeting today with the President. And we look forward to an ongoing, continuing relationship with this country and its leadership, and that the arrow of hope continues to spiral higher and higher from the Gambia. Thank you.
Reverend Jesse Jackson there speaking to journalists after his meeting with His Excellency the President of the Republic. The report on women in changing Muslim societies adopted by OIC member states in Istanbul, Turkey, was unanimously considered and adopted on Monday by lawmakers. Samuel Barr witnessed the parliamentary proceedings and reports the document received the approval of lawmakers after a heated debate.
The report on the role of women in changing Muslim societies was today laid before lawmakers for consideration by the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Fatou Mbaye. This follows a conference earlier convened by the Organization of Islamic Conference in Istanbul, Turkey, on the increased participation of women in the political and decision-making processes of member states of the organization.
I rise to move for the adoption of the report on the role of women in changing Muslim societies, held in Istanbul, Turkey, from the 22nd to the 24th December 2011. Honorable Speaker, I was privileged to attend the third meeting, accompanied by Mrs. Amibaro, Secretary.
The issues of women empowerment, as highlighted in the report, comes in the wake of emerging trends in the gender status quo. The report therefore argues for further strategies in promoting balanced representation of men and women in decision-making bodies.
Gender equality demands women empowerment. It is a process that leads to greater participation in social and political processes. Participation in decision-making processes that leads to their involvement in all decision-making that affects their life.
OIC member countries are believed to have made great strides in the cause of empowering women, with the Gambia singled out as a shining example given the weight of responsibility bestowed on women in decision-making positions.
The only way you can bring change in people is to change attitudes. And I feel as of now it is only women who can help us change attitudes.
Women give birth and are the first homes of caring and nursing children. They inculcate the basic values to a child after birth. So the role of women is key to the success of any country.
Honorable Speaker, the Gambia scenario is unique in the whole world, in the sense that we have the political will and leadership to support and encourage women all over the country.
Gender equality policies may vary in different countries, but according to the report, OIC member states are believed to have a great deal of individuality and are likely to face similar challenges, and thus the need for the adoption of best practices for common objectives.
Their increased participation, be it politics, be it business, is important for the development of this country.
You may perhaps agree with me that from day one creation of the world by the Almighty God, women are always and all along important and necessary into our society.
The Republic of the Gambia 1997 Constitution has empowered women at all levels, at all costs.
The report on the role of women in changing Muslim societies, which calls for increased participation in political, social, and other spheres, consequently received the approval of lawmakers. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
You can monitor GRTS Radio live on our website, and that's on www.grts.gm. Time now to take our first break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the international news. Stay tuned in.
Price ever. 3G AfriCell brings you the most affordable 3G internet bundles ever.
Get your AfriCell Extreme 3G internet service for as low as $15 only. AfriCell 3G bundles starting from 50 megabytes up to 12 gigabytes.
12 gigabytes bundle for a tariff as low as 5 bucks per megabyte.
And all bundles are valid for 30 days.
AfriCell Extreme 3G service for as low as $15.
To subscribe, please dial 120 and choose from the available 3G bundles.
For more info, call 113.
AfriCell Extreme 3G service.
For as low as 5 buttons per megabyte